94% of the brand new Ford F-150 trucks rolling off the lot this year will never see 250,000 miles. Not close. And the truck parked right next to it on that same lot, the one no retired man in America will even walk over to look at, better than 1 in 3 of those will get there. I have got a 1996 Chevy K1500 sitting in my driveway with 320,000 miles on the clock. I did not get there by buying the comfortable choice. I got there by buying the truck that was built to run, and then running it. Here is what nobody at the dealership is going to tell a man your age. The trucks that actually go the distance, the ones that cross 200,000 miles and keep marching to 250,000 and beyond, are almost never the trucks retirees buy. You go in for a truck, they steer you to a nice loaded half-ton. Soft ride, big screen, easy step in. And it is one of the shortest-lived trucks on the whole board. So I am counting down 9 trucks that will outlast anything in the showroom and that almost nobody your age will buy. Stay to the end, because the number 1 truck on this list is nearly 7 times more likely to hit that mileage than the F-150 half the country finances. And it is the one truck a retired man would never be caught dead shopping for. I am Frank. I spent 34 years bolting these things together at GM Truck Assembly in Flint. If you are going to buy one more truck in your life, buy the one built to still be here when you are done with it. Let us go from the bottom up. Number 9. The Honda Ridgeline. 14.7% of these will cross 250,000 miles. And I already hear it, because I have heard it my whole life at the coffee shop. That is not a real truck. That is a car with a bed, no frame under it, front-wheel drive underneath, a Honda. Real men drive a body-on-frame pickup. Here is what that gets you. That Honda V6 and that drivetrain came straight out of the most reliable cars on the road, and there is no diesel to fuss with, no turbo to blow. Meanwhile, the Ridgeline sits higher on this longevity board than the Chevy Silverado 1500 that the same guys call a real truck, and it laps the F-150, the one at 5.9%. So the car with a bed outlives the real truck that mocked it. If you are hauling mulch, a couple of kayaks, and your grandkids, and you are not towing a fifth wheel across the state, the Ridgeline is the smartest truck nobody your age will admit they want. The ego costs you nothing. The truck lasts. Number 8. The Ram 2500. 17.3%. And the reason is sitting under the hood. That is the 6.7 Cummins, an inline 6-cylinder diesel built on the same bones as engines that run 1,000,000 miles in commercial service. Get the 6.4 Hemi gas version instead, and you still have a heavy-duty truck built to a different standard than any half-ton. And here is the excuse I hear from every man over 65. A diesel? At my age? I do not want to fool with glow plugs and diesel exhaust fluid and some giant truck I have to climb into. I get it. It sounds like work. But you are not rebuilding the thing. You are driving it. That Cummins is the most under-stressed engine in any pickup you can buy. When you are towing your bass boat, it is barely awake. I have had these apart on the lift. The bottom end of that engine will still be tight long after the body has rusted off around it. The diesel was never the risk, folks. Walking past it is the risk. Number 7. The Chevy Silverado 3500 Heavy Duty. 17.4%, and this one is a 1-ton, usually a dually with the 6.6 Duramax and an Allison automatic bolted behind it. That Allison is the best transmission General Motors ever put in a truck, and I do not say nice things about GM automatics lightly. The excuse here is size. A dually? I cannot park that. It will not fit my garage. That is a farm truck, not a retirement truck. You are right that you do not need the 4 rear wheels, but the 4 rear wheels are not why it lasts. What is under them is why it lasts. A frame and a driveline rated to drag 30,000 pounds up a mountain. When you use it to pull a camper twice a summer, that whole truck is loafing. It never gets worked hard enough to wear out. Too much truck is the exact reason it is still running strong at 250,000 miles. That is not a knock on it. That is the whole point of it. Number 6. The Ford F-250 Super Duty, 18.6%. This is where Ford stops building a lifestyle truck and starts building a mule. Fully boxed frame, and if the diesel scares you, get the 7.3 gas V8 they nicknamed the Godzilla. A big, simple, pushrod engine with no high-pressure fuel pump to worry about. It just runs. And the reason seniors pass? It rides like a buckboard. I want something comfortable. I am retired. My back is shot. Fair enough. These things do ride stiff, but that stiff ride is the durability. That is leaf springs, and a frame that does not flex when you load it. The softness you get in a half-ton comes from parts that wear out. The Super Duty trades you a little comfort for a truck that simply does not quit. Get the Godzilla gas motor, put a decent seat cushion in it, and you will be burying trucks that cost more and rode nicer. A sore backside for 200,000 extra miles is a trade I will take every day of the week. Number 5. The GMC Sierra 2500 Heavy Duty, 22%. Same heavy-duty bones as that Chevy, dressed a little nicer, which is exactly the truck a retired man should want, and exactly the one he skips. Because here is the mistake, and it is the most common one on this whole list. I only tow a little. I will just get the 1500 half-ton. It is plenty. Look at the numbers. The Sierra 1500 half-ton has about a 10.8% shot at $250,000. The 2500 doubles it to 22%. Same brand, same dealer, twice the life, for a few $1,000s more up front. And a big part of why is what is not on the heavy-duty truck. That cylinder shutoff system that eats the lifters in the half-ton 5.3, the heavy-duty engines do not lean on it the same way. The 2500 is not more truck than you need. It is more truck than the salesman feels like selling a retiree who came in for something soft. Do not let him talk you down. Number 4. The Toyota Tacoma, 25.3%. The fourth longest lasting truck in America, and it is a mid-size you can actually live with. Get the 4.0 V6, the older one, and that truck is a known quantity that runs forever. 2 excuses on this one. First, I am a Ford man. I am a Chevy man. I am not buying a Japanese truck. Second, have you seen what a used one costs? It is almost new money. Let me take those apart. Brand loyalty is a fine thing right up until it is the reason you are on your 4th transmission. The badge on the tailgate has never once towed anybody home. And that high used price is not a rip-off. That is the market telling you the truth. The Tacoma holds its value because it lasts, and everybody already figured that out, but you. One warning from me. Buy the older 4.0 V6. The brand new turbo 4-cylinder they started building in 2024 has not earned that reputation yet. Let somebody else prove it out. Number 3. The Ford F-450 Super Duty, 28.5%. This is the biggest, most overbuilt truck a normal person can walk into a dealer and buy, and that is precisely why no retiree buys it. That is a commercial truck. I am retired, I am not running a fleet. What do I need with that? You need it for the same reason you buy a good tool, not to abuse it, but to never worry about it. Everything on that truck, the 6.7 Power-Stroke diesel, the frame, the axles, the cooling, all of it is built to be worked every single day by somebody hauling for a living. Put it in the hands of a man who tows a camper on weekends and it will see 400,000 miles without breathing hard. Now, it is a lot of truck to park, I will grant you that. If the 450 is more than you want to wheel around a parking lot, the F-250 back at number 6 is the same family with better manners. But understand what you are looking at here. The most bulletproof truck on the lot, and the last one a retired man ever considers. That is backwards. Number 2. The Toyota Tundra, 30%. Second on this entire list, beaten only by a 1-ton diesel dually, and this is a half-ton you can drive every single day without a second thought. This is the most retirement-friendly truck in the whole countdown, and your buddies will still tell you not to buy it. Here is the one thing you have to get right, and it matters. You want the older Tundra with the 5.7 V8, built from about 2007 through 2021. That engine is a legend. 300,000 miles on one is a Tuesday. What you do not want is the brand new one. Starting in 2022, Toyota went to a twin-turbo V6, and they have already recalled around 270,000 of those engines for a bad main bearing they cannot seem to fully explain. So the buy here is the used 5.7, and there are thousands of them out there. A big, honest V8 that will still be pulling strong when the truck around it is worn out. The only thing standing between a retired man and this truck is the wrong brand of loyalty. Set it down. Number 1. The Ram 3500, 39.7%. Let that sit for a second. Nearly 4 out of every 10 of these will reach 250,000 miles. It is the single most likely new truck in America to get there, whether you get it with the 6.7 Cummins diesel or the big 6.4 Hemi gas engine. It is a 1-ton, it is often a dually, it is enormous, and it is everything a retired man tells himself he does not need. Now put it next to the truck he actually drives off the lot. That F-150 from the very start of this video, the comfortable half-ton, has a 5.9% shot at the same mileage. Nearly 4 in 10 against fewer than 1 in 16. Same money financed over the same 6 years. One is built to outlive the man who buys it. The other is built to be traded in before the warranty is cold. That is the whole story of this list in 2 trucks. The Ram 3500 is the #1 truck seniors will never buy, and it is the one I would buy tomorrow morning. So there they are. 9 trucks that will bury a brand new half-ton and never notice the effort. And notice the pattern, because the pattern is the point. The trucks that last are the heavy-duty ones and the Toyotas. The trucks retirees actually drive home are the soft half-tons sitting at the very bottom of that board. That is not bad luck. That is a choice, made new every day on car lots all over this country, and it is the wrong one. None of this works if you skip the maintenance. A neglected Cummins will die as dead as anything else, and a brand new turbo Tundra is not the old one. Do the oil changes, buy the proven engine, and any truck on this list will hand you years the soft one never could. So let me ask you, which one of these have you owned, and how many miles did you put on it before you let it go? Drop it in the comments, because I read them and I learned from you. And if you found this useful, I put together a straight shooting book called The Right Ride. It walks through the buying traps, the models to chase, and the ones to skip, no matter what you drive. I am not going to hard sell you. There is a link in the description if you want it. Either way, do me a favor and hit subscribe and like so the next fellow finds this too. Buy the truck that outlives you, not the one that outsells it. This is Frank.